Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a create update delete kind of application with Spring Boot. So first go to starter.spring.io, keep your group name and your artifact name. Select the language you want to use. I'm going to use Gradle and Spring Boot version 1.5. And for the dependency I'm going to use Web, Timeleaf, JPA and DevTools. Next hit generate project, save it, open it and keep it in your local machine directory wherever you want. Then I'm going to import this project using IntelliJ. You can import it with any of your favorite IDE. So first from here if we run the application now, we are going to get some error because the database information is not mentioned. So for that, first we need to add one dependency. It's a runtime only dependency, and in the resource application properties we have to put the property value that contains the information of our database. So these are pretty straightforward. So you have your IP port and your database name, and then username, password, dialect, and I'm putting updates so that if there is a database already table already there in the database, it's not gonna create, otherwise it's gonna create the database table, and you can work from there. Okay, next let's read on the application now again, and now it should not give any error. Let's see. Okay, everything is working. Now let's start developing our application. So first I'm gonna use HTML for Timeleaf. Let's create home.html. So in here I'm actually gonna copy paste some code that I have previously written. These are pretty straightforward. So we have one div at the beginning which is gonna show our entity list. In this case I'm gonna create a book, so it's gonna show book list. So this is the for loop where I'm expecting a list of books. From there I'm gonna print each book in the table. So first td book ID and then book name. Then this is a URL that we are going to use to delete each books from the database. Next we have a create book section. This is also pretty simple. It has like URL create book with a book object that we are going to send from the backend, and we're going to take only the name, not the ID, only name to insert the data, and finally submit. And for update it is also pretty similar, just update book. With in this case we are gonna take both ID and name to update a book. Okay, so that's pretty much it on the HTML front. Next go to the Kotlin code or Java code part. So in here first we are gonna create the entity book. So it's gonna be a data class, and it's gonna have a ID of long, type long, and a name column of type string. So it's ID from database, and it's gonna be a generated value, and it's gonna be a column of name. We are expecting it's not going to be a null. so we are mentioning it over here. So it's an entity class. To create a constructor, default constructor without any parameter, we have to add a plugin. So it's gonna create the no constructor on the runtime, but on compile time we won't be able to create any no constructor. So that's a good feature of Kotlin and this Kotlin JPA plugin. Okay, next let's create an interface to save, update, delete, or get the list of books from the database. Which is going to extend the JPA repository. I'm going to mention the book class and the ID type, in this case long. Next we're going to create our controller. Let's name it home controller. Next let's have a method to show the home page. Just sending an empty string. We are gonna also add the book list. It's gonna have the book repository. Let's find all. Now it's not gonna return anything that is expected. And finally we're gonna return the page name, in this case home. Mention the request mapping. That's done. All the error warning should go away after that. And now if you run the application, should be able to see some forms and list of books. Currently it will be null, and that is expected. So go to localhost. So book list empty as expected. I have create book and update book. So let's write the code for create and update book. So it's gonna expect a model attribute of type book. And it's gonna return string. So you're just gonna redirect it to the home page with, that's it. Now the request mapping, we're gonna use a post mapping over here. So value is going to be create book as mentioned on the HTML page, create book. And once I get the book, I'm just gonna save it like book repository or save book, and that's done. So similarly we're gonna do this for updating book. We are gonna get the ID over here as mentioned in the HTML page. So here we're gonna get both ID and name, and then just simply update that. Just straightforward. Finally for the delete, that is also simple. So it's just gonna be a simple request mapping. We're gonna use get, and it's gonna be book slash ID slash delete, and in here we're gonna put that path variable. And rather than calling save, we're gonna call the delete. and that's it. So again, this URL is mentioned on the a tag book ID delete. That is why I have written it like that. So it's that simple. That's all the code you need to create, update, and delete database. So yeah, now let's run the application and let's see what happens. So let's put a book name, like book 1, submit. As you can see, ID, book name, and the delete button for that. So you can add similarly others like book 2, book 3. You can update a book. So in this case, if you want to update the book 3, put the ID 3 and the new book name. Let's put new book and submit, and you see the result over here. Now if you want to delete some book, just press and it's gone. Refresh, still the same. You can also again add new books, that is still works. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment below. The code for this will be available on GitHub, and the link will be available on the video description. So that's all for this video. Bye bye.